In this video, I would like to show you how WorkMax is able to integrate with Sage 300 CRE. Using a bridge software called ConnectMax, we'll be able to connect to the ODPC driver for your accounting software. In most situations, one of our techs can help with the configuration of the driver. However, in some scenarios, we'll need to help with one of your reps. Once the driver has been configured, all we would need to know in order to connect is the name of the ODPC driver, the username, and a password. Once we have these details, the next step for us is to then map the WorkMax database with your accounting database. There are several fields we can import, and what's great about ConnectMax is it's very flexible, where we can often filter and choose the type of information that we're pulling. For example, when I open up the employee field, I have some example tables and column information here. The information in your column names may vary depending on how things are set up. As an example, I can see that the employee table is mapping with the employee table in the database. We can also choose the status of employees that we're importing. And then we can see we're importing the employee code, the first name and last name. We do the same thing with your jobs, any sub-jobs that you may be using, tasks or cost codes. And if you're tracking equipment, we can also pull your equipment over as well. Next, once everything is in place, we can go to the accounting import, where we can then see the different information that we're able to pull over. I've already pulled over the employees and jobs and cost codes. You can see here the information that's in my test database. Once the information has been pulled into WorkMax, we can then open WorkMax directly. And here I have Time Editor open, showing a couple different time records for two different employees. The next step is once we have the time records in place and are ready to export, we want to be able to send this information into your accounting system. In order to do so, we're going to return to ConnectMax, and we're going to go to the Export tab and then CSV Export. The way that your accounting system imports time is through a text or CSV file. We have a lot of flexibility as far as what we export. For example, if I go to the export fields here, we can see the different elements that we're able to export with time records. It gives us a lot of flexibility based off of how your accounting system is set up. For a very common export, for just time records, we're exporting things like the employee code, job code, a sub-job, a cost code, date, pay code, and time. Once we have our definition in place, I then need to give our file a name, choose where the file is going to be saved. And when I go to the export field, I can choose my dates, hit load, and we can see that we already have some time records in here. Once it's in place, I can click export. It tells me it's successfully exported. And at this stage, your software is ready to import that file to have your time records.